Boom. Wow. 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 That is my reaction to the stunning news out of Baton Rouge that Brian Kelly, the longtime head coach at the University of Notre Dame, has been hired to be the next head coach at LSU. I mean, wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm absolutely stunned right now. I really am absolutely stunned. These last couple of days in college football, in the college football world, I feel like I'm dreaming. I feel like I really am dreaming right now. I feel like that I'm dreaming, and that I don't believe that this is actually happening, but it's actually happened. The last 48 hours in the college football world has shook up college football forever. I mean, we just experienced two massive earthquakes in college football in the last 48 hours. College football will never be the same like you've known it and you loved it before. It will never be the same after these last couple of days. Let me start by saying this. All right, let me start by saying this. LSU is a premier program in college football. When they fired Ed Orgeron, I think I said this live on air, that they need a big-time head coach. No disrespect to Ed Orgeron, but Ed Orgeron was not a big-time head coach before he got to LSU. No more of these guys that are not big time. No more of these guys that are not big names. You need a big time, big name head coach at Louisiana State University. This is LSU we're talking about. This is no scrub program. This is one of the most premier programs in all of college football. And, I never thought that Brian Kelly was the guy. I always thought it was Lincoln Riley, because there were a ton of smoke, ton of fire, a ton of smoke about Lincoln Riley at LSU. You obviously saw my thoughts about Lincoln Riley potentially going to LSU, I believe, a couple of days ago. I thought it was a done deal. And when he jilted LSU for USC, I was like, oh, God, here we go, man. It's going to be Mark Stoops. It's going to be Matt Campbell. It's going to be a couple of guys that, are not really big name coaches that LSU would have to settle for because their top candidates all gone or all said no to them. And I was like, oh my gosh, man, LSU is going to have to settle for someone. And Scott Woodward, this quote unquote big game hunter. Scott Woodward, ladies and gentlemen, is a big game hunter. Everywhere he's gone out to try to get the big names. He's like us, as college football fans. Every time we see a head coaching opening, what do we always turn to? We always turn to Dabo Swinney, Nick Saban, Lincoln Riley, whatever. He always goes after the big names, whether it's in college football or in the pros. That's why everybody loves Scott Woodward, because he has the mindset of a fan. He doesn't care about them saying no. He's going to make you say no. Heck, he's pulled in Jimbo Fisher when everybody said Jimbo wasn't leaving to go to Texas A&M from Florida State. He pulled in Chris Peterson when everybody said that Chris Peterson wasn't going to leave Boise State. He pulled him in from Boise to Washington. And also Kim Mulkey. Kim Mulkey, ladies and gentlemen, is a 3-time national champion head coach in women's college basketball. There was no way that she was going to leave Baylor. And what happened? Scott Woodward goes into Baylor and lures Kim Mulkey away to LSU, just like that. So we knew that Scott Woodward was going to try to get the big name. We knew that. But the problem was that Dabo Swinney said no. Jimbo Fisher, his quote-unquote white whale, said no. Lincoln Riley turned him down, left him at the altar. Everybody said no to Scott Woodward and his big-time check. And here we were thinking, oh, my God, Mark Stoops, Matt Campbell. But, my God, Scott Woodward, nobody can ever say that Scott Woodward is not a big-time hunter ever again. Because This dude got turned down by a whole bunch of big-time coaches and goes into Notre Dame, a program that's one of the most storied programs in all of college football, and pulls in one of the most storied coaches in all of college football and gets him to say yes and gets him to leave a program he's been there for 11 years. It's absolutely incredible, and it's insane what Scott Woodward just did. Brian Kelly is one of the most storied coaches in college football, and he just got him to leave Notre Dame, a storied program, for LSU. Absolutely incredible, man. It's a stunning hire by Scott Woodward. It's a great hire by Scott Woodward. This is a grand slam hire by LSU. It's a grand slam hire. I don't care what a lot of people are going to say. Brian Kelly hasn't won in the playoffs. Oh, wow. Yeah, so did Lincoln Riley. He hasn't won in the playoffs, but they are big-time coaches. Big-time coaches. And now Brian Kelly is going to have access to facilities and recruiting or recruits that he never had at Notre Dame, because Notre Dame has an academic standard that LSU doesn't for its football team or its athletic program. You have to maintain a certain high GPA for you to play football there, and you have to maintain, a certain grade or academic standard to be able to get into Notre Dame. LSU doesn't have that. LSU is much easier. He's going to have an abundance of 5-star, 4-star recruits coming his way. And he's already doing wonders with what he's got at Notre Dame. Imagine what he's going to be able to do with all the talent, the bevy of talent that he's got to work with now at LSU. It's a phenomenal hire, man. And I know a lot of people are going to probably give me flack for this, but Nick Saban's in trouble, man. Nick Saban in Alabama's in trouble because Brian Kelly, look what he built at Notre Dame. Notre Dame has less resources than LSU. Now, Brian Kelly's going to have more resources, more money to do whatever he wants, great recruits coming his way. Brian Kelly is going to have great success at LSU. It's a great day if you're an LSU Tigers fan. It's a great day if you're an SEC fan. It's a great day for people like me if you love college football coaching carousel. And it's a great day if you're a college football fan in general. And it's a great day if you like storyline of sports. Because Alabama versus LSU, yearly rivalry, I mean, those two brands are already one of the most fierce rivalries in all of sports. And now you added Brian Kelly versus Nick Saban, two big-time story head coaches going at each other. Woo! Sign me up for that. Sign me up for that. It's a great day, man. It is a great day for LSU. This is a great hire, man. I just can't believe it, man. I really can't believe it. This is probably the most insane college football coaching carousel that I've ever seen and ever been a part of in my life. I mean, look at all the programs that have opened. You start with USC, Washington, Virginia Tech, Washington State, TCU, then LSU in Florida. And now guess what? LSU, USC steals big-time coaches from big-time other programs, and now Oklahoma and Notre Dame are open. And what's next? Other program, Miami might even open. And who knows? If Miami goes into Oregon and steals Mario Cristobal, Oregon's going to open. This college football coaching carousel, folks, is going to shake college football, and college football will never, ever be the same. I said this when I was making my college football coaching carousel predictions video, and I'll say it again. College football, as we know it and love it, will never, ever be the same. And it's amazing, man. So many just bombshells, so many earthquakes. Every day it seems like we have another massive shakeup in the college football coaching carousel world. It is crazy, man. It is crazy. Gonna give you guys a couple more thoughts about this regarding the Notre Dame side before I gotta head home. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. I'm gonna be doing a special coaching carousel show on the MI6 Sports Network. You won't want to miss it. We're going to talk about all the big coaching moves that have happened in college football. I'll also break down Washington hiring Fresno State's Kalen DeBoer. And we'll talk about that tomorrow night. But today is about Brian Kelly and the bombshell that just came out of Baton Rouge. Notre Dame, Justin asked me a great question. He asked me about who takes over for Notre Dame when they go to the college football playoff. I mean, this is also what's really, really incredible about this, is that Brian Kelly literally left his team when his team has a chance to make the college football playoffs. I mean, they could literally go into the college football playoffs with an interim head coach. It's never been done before. It's absolutely mind-blowing and mind-boggling. It's amazing. And let's talk about Notre Dame, because I know my guy Justin wants to know about Notre Dame and where I think Notre Dame will head. Justin, where I think Notre Dame goes from here is I think Marcus Freeman, the defensive coordinator from Notre Dame, will be named the interim head coach, because Brian Kelly's no way coaching Notre Dame when he's already at LSU. There's no way. Marcus Freeman, who is a well-regarded coach at Notre Dame, defensive coordinator of Notre Dame, he will be, guarantee you, he will be Notre Dame's interim head coach. Everybody loves it there. As far as where Notre Dame goes for their permanent coach, Marcus Freeman, I think, could be given consideration. Though I think Notre Dame, if I were them, I will try to go after a big-time established head coach, because you're Notre Dame. You can attract anybody. The same goes for Florida, USC, LSU. These are big-time brands. You don't have to beg elite coaches to come to your program. They will come if you offer them the check and you offer them the job. They will come. So where I think Notre Dame goes from here is watch out for Urban Meyer, because I know he's only spent 1 year in Jacksonville, but Urban Meyer has consistently said, even when he was at Ohio State, even when he was at Florida, that is his dream job. And he really wanted to be the head coach at Notre Dame. I think he also was a graduate assistant at Notre Dame. If that job ever came open, Urban Meyer would leave just like that for Notre Dame. Guarantee you that. Watch out for Urban Meyer. Watch out for Luke Fickell, because reports have also been coming out that if Luke Fickell leaves for any job, it's going to be either Ohio State or Notre Dame. He wants Notre Dame. Notre Dame's open. Luke Fickell, if you can wait till the end of the playoffs and until Cincinnati's eliminated, I think Luke Fickell will be a great option and a great hire. Also, another name that popped into my head just now. And this name, is big time big. Because it's Notre Dame, y'all. It's Notre Dame. What if John Gruden? John Gruden's available. He's not going to get an NFL job anytime soon. He's a guy that, I think once spent time at Notre Dame. Could the lure of Notre Dame lure him back to coach the Fighting Irish and coach college football? Who knows? And does Notre Dame will want to deal with the headache and the drama and the baggage of John Gruden? That's going to be the biggest issue. Will they want to? Is that program is very squeaky clean? So will they want to deal with the baggage and the trauma that comes with an Urban Meyer and that comes with a John Gruden? We don't know. So we'll have to wait and find out. It's going to be really interesting and really fascinating to see who takes over at Notre Dame and also at Oklahoma. But man, what a day. What a couple of days, the last couple of days for college football. Last 48 hours have been absolutely insane and mind-blowing. Boom. It's crazy, man. But college football has been shaken up. College football will never, ever be the same. And, man, I freaking love it. Last but not least, before we get on out of here, I just want to say this about Notre Dame losing Brian Kelly. I know a lot of people are really bitter about it. I don't have a problem with him leaving. I have a problem with how he left. But I'll get into that tomorrow. because my phone is running out of battery right now. So I'll just make this quick. The reason why I say I don't have a problem with Brian Kelly leaving Notre Dame is because it's like the same saying that I had with the A's losing Bob Melvin. Everybody was getting on me like, oh, Isaiah, I can't believe you just said that you're okay with Bob Melvin leaving the A's. The reason why I was okay with Bob Melvin leaving the A's was because he was there for 10, 11 years. We needed a fresh start and a new voice. I think that's what Notre Dame needs. Brian Kelly's been there for 10, 11, 12 years. It's good sometimes to have a fresh start, a fresh change, a fresh voice. Brian Kelly has clearly reached his ceiling at Notre Dame. He can't win a national championship there. He will always be the coach that gets you 10, 11, 12 wins every year, makes the playoffs, and lose in the first round or lose in the national championship game, depending on who is the opponent in the playoffs. He will never win a national championship at Notre Dame. And I think if you're Notre Dame, you just got to accept that. And I think a fresh voice will be good for Notre Dame. Because I just think that Brian Kelly, his antics had been getting old and boring at Notre Dame. And it was time for a fresh change and a fresh voice. And I think it's going to be good for Notre Dame. I think it's going to be good to have that fresh energy in the building down there in South Bend. But anyways, guys, it's been great talking to y'all. If you guys are watching on Facebook, make sure you guys like this video and share this video everywhere. I will really appreciate it. I will get more into the craziness that is the college football coaching carousel on the Coaching Carousel show tomorrow, special show. Make sure you guys tune in. I will also be putting this video on YouTube shortly. So if you guys haven't yet, like and subscribe on YouTube. Follow MI6 Sports Network on YouTube for the latest of our thoughts and reactions into the latest in sports. But anyways, guys, I gotta go. My phone's at 8% battery, so I probably won't be my phone won't be alive much longer. But it's great talking to y'all. Brian Kelly to Notre Dame, a grand slam, monumental hire by the LSU Tigers, and man, we got ourselves a great battle between Alabama and LSU for the next 4 to 5 years. It's going to be fun, man. But anyways, guys, great talking to y'all. I got to head home now. Hopefully you guys all have a rest of your Monday, and tune in tomorrow for the epic college football coaching carousel show that we will have tomorrow night. It's going to be epic. Tune in. You won't want to miss it. But until then, Isaiah Leong signing off here tonight on this Monday night. Have a good night, everybody.